of Raleigh. I'm Carrie Stubborn, and this is the last time I'm going to say this. I am this year's president of the Rotary Club of Raleigh. So it's great to see all your Rotarians, guests, and hello to everybody on Zoom. Again, welcome. We have a really fun program in store celebrating all the wonderful things we've done this year. Before we get started, Tony Kelleher to lead us in an introduction pledge.
Hey everybody, I hope you guys have all enjoyed Carrie's year as much as I have. Carrie's been fantastic. We're so glad to be here with you. We're gonna do something just a little bit different today. I'm gonna read the invitation, then at the end, we're gonna take about 30 seconds of silence. You can input your own thoughts, prayers, ideas, whatever it is that was your persuasion. So if you bow your heads with me. Let us give thanks for our food, for our blessings, and for one another. Let us be a source of hope for those who are in need, and contentment for those who are alone. Let us give gratitude for our opportunity to serve the other. Let the feelings of love, kindness, and a well-directed yet gentle spirit always be reflected in our actions. Amen. Please rise and the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, beautiful for space, time for amber waves of grace. Forward, O mountains, majesty of the fruited plain. Shed his grace on thee, and crowned like a ribbon from sea to shining sea. All the air
Thanks. So we have some fantastic guests here today, and what I'm going to do is pass around the microphone, and we're going to start over this table. Stand up and introduce yourself, and tell us what brought you to Rotary today.
I am a real estate agent at Remax Executive, which is 3 blocks that way. And I am a residential. I am a senior real estate specialist, but I work with all agents in the state. It's not just, old. And I'm here to see Weston Moore. We had a really great business builder, learned a lot about our businesses, and something like a great opportunity to keep growing the business.
Thank you, no question. Hey, you mind standing and introducing yourself?
Hi, everybody. My name is Anna Bradley, and I am a former Politico, recovering, maybe not quite sure, and full-time entrepreneur. And so I own the next space, and I'm working on several different projects that have to do with female networks and sourcing angel investors for female-founded startups. So, yeah, and I am here because of Corey. He basically said this is the best club ever. Ever was used. And so I was like, sure, I got to see the best club ever. And so thanks for it.
Thank you. And that is 100% true. Thank you for it. I believe we have another guest. There you go. Oh, thank you. And over there, sitting next to incoming new Gen Chair is Kaya. Kaya's over there. Always fun to see him. All right, you mind standing and introducing yourself?
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Aaron. I'm somebody here with Jennifer. I'm a digital marketer and curator here in the Raleigh area. Been able to do a lot of cool things with brands like athletics, keep them available, as well as habitat for humanity. Just see if they learn and see them.
Thank you, Adam, and welcome. So Rotarians, make sure you meet our guests, tell them what a great club we are, and it's fantastic to have you guys here today. So, don't forget the red buckets on the middle of the table. We are gonna have a total at probably the July 8th meeting, the first meeting of the new Rotary year, of how much we collected. So all those monies go to support the Dementia Alliance of North Carolina. I believe you have Charlie Upshaw here today. Could you do some happy dollars for us?
President Gary. Thank you, President Gary. Guys, get me started. Anybody have anything? I'm happy to be back. I went to the Congress a couple weeks ago, survived. Harrison.
I got $5 happy. My daughter Dallas, she's 8 months old, and she is happy starting to learn how to wave, so she waves to everybody now. And her favorite word. No. So, she says, "No."
Oh, okay, Richard.
Charlie's been in it, so I got a lot, so. I haven't been here in a while, I've got a lot of shout outs to do. First, want to recognize, Mark and John Luke. This year, they are joining the Latte as our annual peak ambassadors for the American Cancer Society. We'll raise awareness and funds for the breast cancer. So thank you, gentlemen. I wanted to give a shout out to Reagan. He invited me recently to the book club, and it's always cool when you walk into a room with 12 other guys smarter than you are. That's a learner, so thank you for that invitation. Wanted to thank also Jennifer. My family and I have been through a health wellness journey, and she did help us with that. The right things to do, the things to not do, which I can so thank you for that. Also, wanted to thank Terry just for a year of leadership. I admire you in raising a family, raising horses, and doing this, and it's very impressive. And also, for you new members, I hope you realize that the reverence this club has. We recently hired the president of the Holly Springs Rotary Club, Jackie Pierce, as our DEI director. And, she tells our club is just legendary in this area. And, we're out in the oldest service club in North Carolina. I think we're one of the 15 or 20 oldest in the country. So I hope you can appreciate that. And also I encourage new members to reach out to your members beyond this 12 club. There's some relationships you can really deepen and not for better than you professionally, but also personally. So very, very good this one. Thank you. John? Just happy to all for a great year. That's all. Looking forward to the next one. Thank you. That's very good.
With my son and his wife and my 1.5-year-old grandson this past weekend, and my grandson found a t-shirt that said "Big Brother," and it dawned on me this minute there's another one on the way. So here's some happy dollars for another grandson. Okay, anybody else? Thanks, President Gary.
Thank you, Charlie, and that was a great happy dollars for our last meeting of the Rotary year. I would love to, and thank you, Richard, for your kind words. What you said about this club and the members of this club, and helping each other out. Last week, I had a horse-related injury and fractured my back, and I wasn't getting good answers. I was a little bit worried. Ended up emailing Surrey Roberts, Daniel Raleigh, and Bob Hilbrook. And they got back to me and just reassured me, got me names. So I'm grateful for this club and this family of Rotarians right here. So I'd like to take a minute and give them a round of applause. Thank you, guys. All right, so we will not be meeting next week in honor of the July 4th holiday. Our first meeting of the new Rotary year will be July 8th, and in celebration, we'll hear about this more in a little bit. Of the theme for this evening, we're gonna have a world-renowned magician, Joel Gibbons, and do a performance for us. So it's gonna be, it's Raleigh based, so it's gonna be a great meeting. And then we get a visit from District Governor Jeff Blass, after that. So it'll be fun to hear his plans for the district. Okay, David Forrest, would you mind joining me up front for a treasure update? So, the district installation banquet is going to be this Thursday, June 27th. Patty Reedy, Eric Stevens, and Eric Larson are going to be honored there for taking on district leadership roles and, presidential roles for our club. So, I know a few of y'all are going and excited to see some updates and pictures from that event. All right, David, give us a treasurer's announcement.
Sure, thank you, President Gary. 2 weeks ago, President Kerry, incoming President Eric and incoming Treasurer Tom and all that, and went over our budget numbers, and how we're kind of forecasting for next year. So just as we've seen, prices of just about everything rising, revenue a little bit, about $25 per quarter, which is only 27 cents per day. Just wanted to give everybody a heads up that was coming. Unfortunately, though, we should be able to stay at that level in the entire level. Unlike this past year where we had a couple of increases. Way we can all help is the more members that we have to spread our overhead on the better that helps us as far as our dues. More hands makes for a lot of work. And the second thing is John Cates is working very hard for a fundraiser that can help our club as well financially. So we help you can give John the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, David. The treasurer role is one that is probably the hardest to do and the one where you have to make these not very fun announcements. So David, really would like to take a second to acknowledge all your work. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you. And as David said, these dues increases are never fun to implement. It will only be this one this year, and it's to help us be able to continue to be able to meet weekly and have this fantastic time of fellowship with our Rotarians. Okay, I'm for the raffle. And then after that, we're gonna do foundation and then membership.
Thank you, Kerry. Appreciate everybody that bought tickets today. We got a good pot here. We got $50 for today's winner. So let's see if you're out there. I've got 800-3140. Anybody? Hold on, it could be Surrey. Hold on. 3140, Mr. Surrey Roberts.
Congratulations, Murray, and thank you all for supporting our raffle. Okay.
Surrey says stick it back in the pot.
Thank you, sorry. And I'm gonna go to support our Rotary Youth Exchange student who's coming over from Brazil at the end of August. So we're very excited to meet her. So with that, we've got several very exciting Paul Herrick Foundation announcements.
Thank you, President. Yes, we need to have a exciting opportunity today to thank David Coates. Where is David? There he is, come forward. As you can see from the screen, David is not only a Courthouse Scholar, but he's a Courthouse Scholar +2. He's given considerable amount of money, support, and sustain our projects on Rotary International throughout the world. So thank you, David. And there it is. We can present you this pen and the programs other possibility. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. We also have a few weeks ago, I presented something about the Table 2 Foundations. I talked about the Rotary Foundation, and I talked about a local foundation. Some of us also support both, and I think it's really important. And today we want to recognize a couple of folks who are supporting our own foundation here in the club by giving them membership in the Lesser World Society. And that would be Tommy. Where is he? There he is. What we do for that. Thank you, Tommy. We really appreciate that. That support of our foundation is important. And the other recipient is a guy called Paddy Rooney. We also want to talk a little bit about the work we did this year, the last actually year and a half. The major multi-global journey we have shown as a district. This was an opportunity to support a major fundraising in our district for our foundation. And we did that particularly through asking folks to donate at least $10,000 to the effort. 5 members of our club stepped up and did that. We just want to recognize them today. You go to Congress Briggs, one. And so I just want to recognize the folks who made that contribution, supported the multi-million dollar journey. This was a $5 million effort. Actually, over the year and a half, the effort, we raised $5.6 million, which is a wonderful remark. So I just want to recognize in the last of the span, sorry, Sam. We recognize you, sorry. Kevin Judy Summers. There he is. Joe and Diane Warner, Nathan and Rachel Thomas, and myself and my wife Sarah. So they're the 5 folks in the club. So let's have a round of applause. Part of what we did at the multi-million-dollar dinner at the end was to present a gift for all those who made a contribution. Sorry, I was not able to attend that dinner, so we're going to give that to him right now. Right, that's your hearing. There you go. All right. Thank you again, sorry, for your support. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Patty. And thank you to everybody who is acknowledged for donating to the Rotary International Foundation and our local club foundation. That enables us to do the work all across the globe and locally that you'll see in just a minute. Harrison Turner, come for a membership update.
Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for being here today. To our members, to our potential members and visitors, thank you so much for being here. I hope you find today's a little bit of a different meeting, but still, I think you'll see a lot of highlights of the things that we do in our community to add value. I look forward to meeting with each one of you after the meeting. I'll be over here by the class floor and make sure to connect. But real quick, as you all know, we have a service social at the end of every month. The next one coming up is our service social at Killjoy, which is on June 27th from 5:30 to 7. Once again, as we always do, please bring different kind of snacks for schools, whether it be gummies, squeezy pouches, things like that, because we support our local middle school with that. And then also want to thank those who have already reached out to me about mentorship. That's a process that we're looking at bringing on to help improve the onboarding of our new members, getting people plugged in. So those who have raised their hands as mentors, I'll be in touch with you about next steps, about a meeting, or what does it mean to be a mentor. But if you are an existing member that would like to add value to new members coming on and want to look at being a mentor, please reach out to me. And last but not least, I will say that I have had the honor of serving this club as membership chair for the past 3 years. I know I move on to president-elect this year, but I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. This is the best club in all of Raleigh, definitely Raleigh, I would say North Carolina. So, and yeah, it's been an honor. I look forward to just happy with John. But anyways, yes. So thank you all for all that you've done to support this club and support the new members that are.
Thank you, Harrison. You certainly have been a blessing to all of us and excited that you're staying on the board as president-elect. Upcoming birthdays. We have Chase Green, has a birthday on the 26th. I didn't see him, but he's in there in the crowd. Happy birthday. And Frank McNally, your birthday's on the 28th. Happy birthday. Michelle Stewart, July 1st. Happy birthday. Sandra Long on the 5th. And Mr. Richard Avery back there on the 6th. Happy birthday, everybody. Yeah, let's keep around the clock. Our hands are gonna be sore after this meeting, but that's okay. So, anniversaries, Chuck and Mallory Underwood on the 24th, and they're celebrating their 24th anniversary. Holmes and Sarah Hardin on the 29th, Braxton and Mary Frances Wilson on the 30th, Scott and Shirley Hensley on the 6th, and Lewis and Sharon Rogers on also on the 6th. So let's give them a round of applause. Okay. So now, this is one of the most fun meetings of the year because we get to do recognitions and awards. The first thing we're going to do though is recognize the past presidents of the club. This, having the honor of serving the club is amazing. And it is a lot of work, and you, after it's done, I'm excited to be past president forever. It would be wonderful if all the past presidents, you can see their names up on the board, and many of y'all are on the Zoom. Thank you so much for your service to the club. But those in the room, please stand up so we can recognize you and give you a round of applause. Second. Okay, those of y'all that are newer to the club or anybody that's interested in leadership roles, take note of who's standing and go ask them to make your coffee and pick their brains about it. It is a great opportunity and great, really fun thing to do. So thank you, gentlemen. All right. This is another very fun recognition. And I love that we have some guests here today that can see how long some of our members have been in this club. Rotary becomes a family. And we have a lot of members that have been in the club for 25 plus years. So if your name is on that list, would you mind standing? I know some of you guys are going to stand again, standing so we can recognize y'all. 25 years plus. All right. Thank you, guys. And Paul Harris Fellows, we heard Patty, past District Governor Patty Grady come up just a few minutes ago, and we awarded David Coates a PHF +2. And that means that he has donated to the foundation, not just once, but 2 times. Did you get an award the first time you do that, you become a Paul Harris Fellow? So you all look at all the names up there. I am going to be annoying and ask you guys to stand again if your name is on that list. And if you received a Paul Harris this year and you don't see your name yet, please also stand so we can recognize you all. All right. And one last thing I'm gonna ask.
Did it knock it out? Oh, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, we're gonna do major donors first. So, I won't be annoying and ask you guys to stand again, but I want you all to look at the 8 people that we have in this club that are Paul Harris major donors. And Patty, correct me if I'm wrong, but this means that these individuals have bequeathed $10,000 to the foundation, is that right? Okay. Yeah, so they've gifted that to the Rotary Club Foundation. So thank you all very much, those of you on that list, and please let's give them a round of applause as well. So we're going to move on from the Rotary International Foundation to the club level. We are blessed in the Rotary Club of Raleigh that we've been at such a long club and we have the numbers of members to be able to have formed our own Rotary Club of Raleigh Foundation, and those monies go to support mostly projects just in our area. So this next slide is going to acknowledge all of those in our club who are listed Woodall Society members. And I would love it if you would all stand again so that we can recognize you and give you a round of applause. Well, thank you guys. And if you have any questions on how to become a Paul Harris Fellow or a Lesser Football Society member, please, go talk to EDG Patty Grady. Patty, yeah, he was over here just a minute ago. And we will be hearing a lot more about the foundation in the new Rotary year. So Heritage Oak Legacy Society, that is, a group of individuals who have bequeathed $10,000, right, heading to the local Rotary Club of Raleigh Foundation. And thank you to these 6 Rotarians and their significant others for their donation. Let's also give them a round of applause. Thank you guys so much. And to be a member of this society is a very simple process. If you want more information, we've got all the paperwork ready and we can make that happen pretty quickly. So really quickly, Patty says, yeah. Okay, this is a very fun award. Could I get Randy Frazier, Jennifer Rodriguez, and Patty Rooney to come up front? I've got a special certificate for you guys. So perfect attendance is not a very easy thing to get. We meet every single Monday. I think it works out to like 36 Mondays out of the whole year. If you miss one, you can always make up a meeting, go and visit a different club. You can make up a meeting by participating in a service project or board meeting. So these 3 Raleigh Rotarians right here, they attended so many meetings and so many board meetings and extra things that they have for attendance. And I know my name's up there, which is very weird. I never got that in school, but it's been an honor to be able to be, I think, every single meeting this year. So let's give them a round of applause, and I've got a special certificate for you all. Go. All right. Thank you, guys. Let me get myself organized. I was chatting with Anna, our guest, before the meeting. And I should have had count of how many times I dropped things this year. I think it would have been, and like, we really needed a dollar for every single time. That would have been a good challenge. Okay. So now we're going to acknowledge outgoing board members. So all of the individuals on this list have served the Rotary Club of Raleigh board for not just 1 year, but for several years. Some of them even like 5, 6, 7 years. This collection of gentlemen and lady, they're just fantastic people, and really thank them for their service to the Rotary Club of Raleigh. David Forrest, Tom Hacker, and Richard Watkins, could you join me up front? So first one I have Tom Hacker right here in the middle. He is going to be, he's the immediate past president the 22 through 23 year, and you are free from board meetings now, sir. And he has been a wonderful mentor in all things presidential Rotary, and I appreciate getting to know you for the last few years. Here's your certificate. And you, Mary Charles Lakeborough, visited us a few weeks ago, and she brought with us the presidential citation for your year. Thank you. And this is for, you can hold it up for sure. Yes. So this is honoring, see, look at this. I even don't make it easy for other people, all things. So this is honoring all the work that Tom Hacker did and all of you Rotarians did through the 22 through 23 year. So let's give Tom and all of us a round of applause for that. Thank you, Tom. Sure. Okay, perfect. All right. Richard Watkins, this is Richard Watkins. He has been the club superhero for new generations for the past, how many years? 4 years? 4 years, yeah, he's been on the board, so it's an honor to know you, and thank you so much for all of your service to the club and the wonderful work that you've done with our youth this year. So it's an honor to give this to you, and excited to see what the program does based on your hard work. David Forrest, and you saw him up here, and I said that the treasurer job, and those of y'all that have done the treasurer's job, it's kind of a thankless position, but it's one of the hardest ones, and really appreciate all of your hard work and your guidance this year, and he is still gonna be rotated and doing some stuff for the board. He's our speakers planner, he's part of that committee, so thank you for your continued service and dealing with the headache of treasurer duties. Here you go, let's give him a round of applause. And there's two other names up there, Elsa Silverman and Mark Hackett. Elsa Silverman joined the club, it's going to be 7, 8 years ago. And she joined after being a Rotarian up in Michigan. She has dedicated a lot of hours to our club and as secretary. And is just a wonderful, fantastic Rotarian. If you're online, Elsa, thank you so much for your service to the club. It's been an honor to serve with you. And look forward to many more years of Rotary with you. Let's give her a round of applause. And you'll see named Mark Hackett. Mark Hackett, if you haven't met him, I recommend emailing him and trying to meet up or something. He is one of the most wise, kind people you have ever met. He's a tremendous leader. I just think the world of him. Very grateful for his wisdom and just his kind, quiet way of leading. And it's been an honor to be with one of you too, sir. If you're online, thank you so much. Let's give him a round of applause. All right. Let's see what's next. Okay, this is exciting. So we usually have a Rotarian of the Year where we do have that, but our Rotarian of the Year is not present today. So and those Rotarians are guests. I'm going to refer to our incoming president as Dad because Eric Larson, that's my dad. Different surname, took my husband's surname. So Dad, that's something that you'll get to do in your year. But before we do that, I would love to call up some very, very special Rotarians up here. So could Sue Keith, Jean-Luc, Jennifer Rodriguez, Bill McLaurin, Shakima McLean, Richard Watkins, Kevin Summers, Randy Mounts, Tommy Kelleher, Patty Ruby, Charlie Upshaw, and Surrey Roberts. You can stay right there, sir, if you want, because everybody's lining up around you. You can sit right there. Each year, the president of the Rotary Raleigh gets to choose distinguished service awards. And I wish I could give them to every single person in the club because y'all have worked really, really hard this year. But these individuals right in front of you, I just really wanted to recognize them for special things they have done throughout the year. So the first one I have is Mark Hackett. We'll do him first. As I said, he's an all-around amazing Rotarian mentor and organizing the VSLA, our Vocational Service Leadership Award. Thank you, Mark, and I have your certificate. And I will give that to you next time I see you in person. So Charlie Upsh. If you have met Charlie, you know that he is Mr. Rotary, and he always makes a point of visiting clubs whenever you go somewhere. So this award is for most other clubs visited. Thank you, Charlie. All right. Surrey Roberts. Surrey Roberts is, here, you can sit down, sir, that's okay. This is a Distinguished Service Citation Award from the Rotary Club of Raleigh for all of your work with Rotary Youth Exchange, sending the young lady from Raleigh over to Italy, and then your help with Gideon Kawasala, our Peace Fellow that one of our Rotarians is supporting. So thank you, Surrey, for your service. Patty Rooney. Oh, poor Patty, he's probably gonna be glad that I will be letting him for his wisdom. This award is thank you so much for your wisdom this year and for answering all my questions. And just giving me a great perspective or giving me your great perspective on all things Rotary. I really appreciate it and thank you for your mentorship. Okay. Tommy Keller, there you are. He is Mr. Logistics Expert. He, like Patty, got a lot of my managed questions throughout the year. I really appreciate everything that you've done and thank you for setting up this fun admin role so it looks like a well-oiled machine. Thank you.
Call him logistics expert.
Hey, whatever you're doing is working, so. All right. So Randy Jones. He is a newer Raleigh Rotarian, and when he joined the JIT club, he jumped right in and said, you know what, I'm gonna come over to the foundation. He has a lot of expertise in fundraising, running nonprofits, and we're going to debut pretty soon a grant process for the Rotary Club of Raleigh. And he and Patty have worked very hard on that, and just really appreciate his service. Thank you. Heaven Summers, Mr. Bell Ring. This is for us. Thank you for all your work and us keeping the giant bell this year. We raised over $23,000 thanks to your work. And Richard Watkins. This year, we sent the most kids to Raleigh that we've ever sent. So 4 children that are 4 boys, young men. Thank you so much for your service to the new generations of a new Jen, Shakima McLean, who has organized the Rotary Youth Exchange for this next year. Done a lot of hard work on that. So thank you so much. Jennifer Wilkins, I told her what to tell you, the innovator extraordinaire. You have fantastic ideas, and thank you so much for helping us get organized and for all of the work that you are doing for club admin. So it's been an honor to be a fellow Rotarian. Thank you. Mr. Wilson, I have to recognize you. You show up to almost all the Raleigh Rotary events. You were the single one that went out to Lake Waltham this year, and I really appreciate being able to be in the club with you. It's an honor, and appreciate all that you've done for Rotary Club of Raleigh. Thank you for being our representative to many things, and look forward to many more years of service with you. Okay. Jean-Luc, thank you for all that you do. You're the tech whiz. That's an award for being our tech whiz. Thank you so much, Molly. I'm excited to serve on the board with you next week. And there's a lady up here who's taking photographs. She is another new member. Yes, please, please. And she is taking beautiful pictures for us. Newer Rotarian immediately jumped in to see how she could help, and she is just amazing. And it's an honor to be in the club with you. Thank you for lending us your wonderful artistic talents. Okay. Okay. So thank you all. Thank you for your service to the club this year. I've got another one, Dad, that you end out of one of the meetings. So thank you, everybody. As you can see, and there are Rotarians, yes, it takes a village, and there's plenty of ways to get involved in the club. So before we move on to the incoming board, I wanted to talk a little bit about what we've done this year. And this is not the full extent of all that we've raised and gifted to different organizations. This is a snapshot of it. You can see that we've raised almost $50,000 thanks to your contributions to the club through the fundraiser, through your gifts to the foundation, both the local Raleigh Club, Rotary Club of Raleigh Foundation, Rotary International, and volunteering with the Salvation Army. So I really want to thank you guys. Thank you so much for all that you've done to help have a global and a local impact. And I want to give you all a round of applause for all that you've done. And I professionally make maps. So I wanted to take a little geographic look at our impact. So on the screen, what you're gonna see is a little dot right where Tobacco Road is, where we meet every single Monday. We have a great time of fellowship, talking to each other, learning about upcoming projects and all things Rotary. So what does that impact look like within our monthly meetings? Well, throughout the week, we tend to disperse and carry out different service projects from the Raleigh area. And Raleigh is shaded in yellow up there. That's the city limits. And that's not all of the projects we've done. That's just a snapshot of things like our stream cleanup, some of the schools that our snacks have gone to, Wave Smiles. So, our wide open bluegrass events. That's just a small sampling. And just that small sample, you can see one is already falling outside of the Raleigh limits. So zoom out to Wake County, and further we zoom out, we see there are two other stars there. And that represents Centerfest in Durham, the MLK packing event in Durham, and our fundraiser out in Orange County and Hillsborough. So I think we need to zoom out even further from that. Well, here we go. We've got all the counties surrounding our Wake County now. We have some members that come in Midway Marina, Sean-Luc, where'd you go? You come in Pinehurst every week. We partner with Johnson County clubs. We also go to Lake Wacoma. I mentioned that at Lauren, and that's not included on there. Did Carolina Pets out in Greensboro. So we have Rotarians that go all across the state. So we need to zoom out even further. So when we zoom out even further, we start to see other states shaded, and that represents places our Raleigh Rotarians have gone and visited other clubs, and other members of other clubs have come to visit us. So I think we need to look at all the lower 48 states. And that again is just a small family. I don't have Oklahoma on there. We had a visit from Oklahoma. We had somebody from Virginia, I'm sure South Carolina. So I think we need to zoom out to the whole Western Hemisphere. And when we do that, we highlight United States, but in the bottom right corner, you see another country highlighted, that's Dominican Republic. And Mr. Summers over there, him and his wife, went down to the Dominican Republic and volunteered for a project. And we also sent some money in there to help build those houses. So I think we should zoom out even further. Well, when you see the UK in there, we have some members that visited clubs in the UK. We've had visitors come over from Europe, Switzerland, Brazil is where our exchange student is coming from this coming year. So I think we should go ahead and look at the entire globe. And when we do that, we see that we've covered all 7 continents this year. Asia, India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, we have helped send funds over for Polio Plus to help eradicate polio. Africa, our Lincoln and Thomas went over to Uganda to get information for an upcoming solar project grant. And we heard from Gideon Kapalasa, who is from Malawi and one of the Peace Fellow students that's currently studying at UNCW Peace Center. In Australia, when we had our barbecue, there were multiple student Peace Fellows from Australia. And yeah, I felt like I could include Antarctica. One of our first speakers this year. It's been a year there, so I thought that was fair enough. But you all this year helped create hope all across the world in all 7 continents. So thank you guys so much for everything that you did. Big round of applause for you all, and excited to hear from Eric in just a minute about this coming year. Okay, it is time for the installation of our new board for this coming year. And as I say your name, you guys come up front. Let's line up in front of the podium so we can get a good picture. Just gonna start from left to right. So, I forget, Eric Larson, please come up here as president. And here's the Kerner. Tommy Pelliver, Richard Johnson, Tom Holder, Jean-Luc Dubois, Shakima McLean, Leslie Oliver, who she's absent today, Richard Averett, Jennifer Rodriguez, Patty Rooney, John Cates, who is getting rotator cuff surgery today, he'll be back soon, and Mr. Frank McNally. So starting over here, we've got our incoming president, Eric. President-elect Harrison Turner, President nominee for 26 through 27, yeah, 26 through 27. Tommy Gelfer, our incoming treasurer, comptroller, Secretary Rachel Johnson, new membership chair, John Dubois, new Nugent chair, Keegan McLean, new admin chair, Jennifer Rodriguez, continuing foundation chair, Patty Rooney, continuing service chair, Richard Watkins, and the fantastic return of the amazing Frank McNally as our director at large. So let's give them all a big round of applause. And I've got a few questions for you. And those of you that do not have coming onto the board as new members, we've got them for you. So one question, I'm going to read this, and then if you please give me your answer at the end. To the president, incoming officers and directors, you have been elected to the important positions in the administration of the Rotary Club of Raleigh. This is an indication of our esteem and confidence in all of you. We also believe you will uphold the high traditions of our club, that you will give the best of your executive ability to the furtherance of the interests of the club and the carrying forward of the object of Rotary. Will you fulfill the responsibilities of your offices to the best of your ability and in accordance with the bylaws of this club? Right, perfect. I hereby declare the new officers and directors installed as of July 1st, 2024, and give President Eric the gavel. Thank you. I knew I was going to do something. Give President Eric the gavel for the incoming year. You're welcome. Let's get that around the applause. Okay. And those that have been on the board and already have board pins, can you all, please, you all can be seated and free to go. And I got pins for the rest of you guys and a special pin for you too. Let's see, this is club administration, Jennifer. And treasurer. You go. Those, okay. I can't see, I should have membership. Yeah. Okay. I have no. Sorry. Oh, right here. Okay. That's member is director. Richard, I don't know where you're. You all can be looking around the applause. Yeah. Nathan Thomas picked this up from Carolina Cadets, and it's been sitting in my closet for many months. This is your presidential pin for the year. You're welcome. And two other very, very special people I want to recognize before Eric Larson talks about this coming year. Linda Monahan, could you come up here for a second? Miss Sharice out here. Let's see where Sharice went. Thank you. So Linda, thank you so much for all of your help this year and just being a sounding board for different ideas. And I am honored to be a fellow Rotarian in yours, and I consider you a big friend of mine. It is, I want to get choked up. Linda is amazing, and she really is the glue that puts our club together. So we usually flowers, but I thought it would be fun to do some honey, and there's a little gift from us, Rotary Club of Raleigh. So, thank you. I love you. You all. Did we find one other person? Okay. I don't want to embarrass everybody. Okay. So, there's been, I don't know if you all met Sharice, who's been helping us all year at every single Monday meeting. I don't think she's missed a single Monday meeting. And as a token of our appreciation, we have a small gift for her, and, we can do it later. Okay. I'm sorry. You can read all the things that you find out, and we can have a small token of our appreciation. And thank you so much. And I think you've heard one to like pins, so we have to give you a rotary pin that says lead the way. Thank you so much for all that you. All right, I'm done talking, Dad. It's your turn. I will hand the glass mic over to you.
All right, thank you, Mary. Don't sit down just yet. Thank you. We have a few things that we recognize our outgoing president with, and so I wanted to go through those with you. First of all, we have a plaque honoring you for your presence here and thanking you for the work and service that you've done here. Secondly, we have your new badge that says past president on it.
Yes.
And then we have what is often called the most treasured in all of Rotary. It's the past president's pin. So there's a Rotary pin, it's a past president on it, and instead of a little piece of glass, it's actually a diamond pin it is. So congratulations for a wonderful year. And then finally, a little bit, you can hopefully later, I won't spoil the story and tell you what it is. But if you spend more than 5 minutes with Carrie, you know she's a meteorologist. She loves weather, has her whole life. She's actually what's called a certified consulting meteorologist. That's the highest level of certification you can have. There are only 250 of them in the whole world, and only 25 women. So Carrie is at the top of my game. Because of that, we have a Rotary themed weather station we are giving her that actually belongs out and Linda got it for us. And so it has the Rotary logo and a message recognizing the year present. So thank you. That's not the president. All right, so as the incoming president, I wanted to spend a few minutes with you and go through something really quickly. Talk about the plans for next year, a little bit of reflection of this year. First of all, I want to talk about the lessons. I've been learning lessons from Carrie my whole life. She's taught me some important lessons. For example, earlier in her life, she taught me that if one of your teenage drivers in your family backs a car of yours into another car of yours, the insurance company lets you pay both deductibles. She also taught us that when you have family dinner, Thanksgiving dinner at your house, and a cooking, and some butter gets spilled on the burner, and it feels really smooth, the Rollsville Fire Department will get there in 7 minutes. But more importantly, I've learned from her this year is how to be a leader. It takes intelligence, she's had that. Caring, she's had that. Planning, strategy, but the biggest one of all of those is the caring. The caring starts with the people. I will tell you, there's nobody who loves the people of Rotary like Carrie does. And I hope you carry that forward. That's where conclusion is caring. So the past year, we've had the theme, the Rotary Leadership theme created in the world by President Gordon about mental health, and then here's goals were growing, the 3Gs growing, giving customers and giving of our training. So what is the next year going to be? You've heard me talk about this before. The magic Rotary is our theme for this coming year. President Stephanie started that at Kings for Raleigh when she was doing a project in the Dominican Republic. It had a filter for dirty water. They poured the dirty water on top and drinking water from the bottom. A little boy from the village there said, "It's nothing. You do that magic trick here." And that's when she realized Rotary was magic in the world. She's furthered that out and said that Rotary, in fact, the magic of Rotary happens when you have new members, when you do new projects, when you do giving, and that's where the magic happens. So the Rotary Club of Raleigh, for our inspiration, I got one with clients. One of my clients is Tractors for Life. And they have us saying, work hard, have fun, make money. What we're going to have this year is work hard, have fun, and make magic. That's our plan for this year. And what we're going to do is also discover the magic of Raleigh. We're going to start with Joel Gibbons in a couple of weeks, a world-known magician. He's performed in 89 countries around the world. He's a hidden treasure. We're going to find a couple of hidden treasures in Raleigh throughout the year and bring those to you. We're also going to continue to grow our membership, grow our giving, and give of our training as well. It's a simple formula for what we're going to do this year, and actually it's more like this. The club leaders are going to do some things, and then the club members will do some things. We want to provide you with compelling programs that you want to opportunities to serve, opportunities to give, and not opportunities to connect with each other. That's something that you folks have mentioned at our table. In general today, this is a great place to make connections. So let's make sure we focus on that as well. Get a chance to experience the magic. Club members, please show up for those meetings. Invite them to come along. Work with the projects, work with the giving, and then connect with other people. Don't sit at the same table every day. Meet with other people. If somebody's here who you don't know, go say hello to them. That's all you have to do. You can be magic. So do that, and then make the magic happen. So it's a simple equation that people will have to find out. We're going to have magic in our global projects. Here mentioned this, Uganda solar panels, the Dominican Republic water projects, and then locally, we're going to continue to work with the Dementia Alliance of North Carolina. We'll be here for the next few weeks, and the Rotary Club of Raleigh Dental Clinic at Waste Mines. We're going to have some compelling programs of all sorts, so there should be something up there that is dispute. If you're interested in history, we'll be there. If you're interested in music, it'll be there. If you're interested in not-for-profit and charity kind of activities, we'll be there. We're going to try to have something for everybody this year, every year. And so finally, I wanted to finish with the story. There, picture. Yeah. Okay. So here's the story. In 1953. There was a composer by the name of Johnny Richards. He wrote music for all the popular singers of the day. He was very, very good at it and well recognized craftsman in his skill. One day he was in the studio apartment and he wrote a song, but he didn't care for it that much. So he just kind of pushed it down into his rack and started working on something else. Then he pushed it down a little further and further and further, and eventually just fell on the floor. He kind of looked at it and left it there. Well, as it turns out, the next day, the cleaning lady was coming to his apartment. And he left her a note. Besides cleaning the apartment, he said, mail the music that is on the table when you're finished. And here's the address. So the cleaning lady did what she was asked to do. She cleaned the apartment, picked up the music from the table, saw the piece of music on the floor. She assumed that it followed office back, so she picked it up, put it in the envelope, went to the post office, and mailed all that music to this guy. His name is Nelson Riddle. If you know music of the Great American Songbook, you know Nelson Riddle, one of the most famous composers, arrangers of that time. And he looked at the music, found a particular song that he really would like. It was that one, the Johnny Richards away. So Nelson Riddle took that song and sent it to one of the people he worked with, this guy, Frank Sinatra. Now, before you get too excited, in 1953, Frank Sinatra's career was considered to be kind of on the way. He had a big success, but people thought maybe he's not going to be much going forward. Anyways, Frank Sinatra looked at the song, he liked it too, and they made a recording. That recording became a top hit of 1953 and 1954, and it launched Frank Sinatra's career into the next phase, most successful phase of his career. The name of that song is Young and Wild. So why am I talking about the song and Frank Sinatra and music and all that? Because I think that this last year has been the Rotary Club of Raleigh's Young and Wild. We've had great success coming to this point. And I think we're ready to launch into the next phase of our career that will hopefully be better than anything else, because it reminds me of another Frank Sinatra song, which is The Best Is Yet. So I look forward to working with all of you this year, and thank you. And Carrie, if you could come up and lead us before we pass.
No problem with that. Very excited about this year, and it's been an honor during this journey with you, Dad. Love you very much, and very much. We're here. Could you all stand and join me in the four-way test? And you and I need to do the bell together. Okay. All right. Don't let me drop it. In the things we think, say, and do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill, better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Meeting adjourned.